NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. So the action is underway, and we'll take you out now to our featured golfer here at number 1. Getting ready to get the tournament started. Frank, first tee jitters?
Oh, everybody gets them. That's the beauty of it. If you don't, you shouldn't be playing this game. Just try and think nice and slow.
Oh, not what you want here, Frank. Sit down.
Yeah, this is out of bounds over there.
That's out of bounds, and it'll cost him a shot. Now on his third shot after being penalized for going out of bounds.
Yeah, tough break, really, Rich, on that last shot. It just got away from him.
What's you need to watch out for here, Frank?
Those two front bunkers, Rich, the one that protects the left and the right. More often than not, you want to pitch the ball on the front of this green. They are the two to be concerned about.
Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it. Lucky devil. That was going in the bunker all the way.
Getting set now over the putt. So that's a bogey, and now to 1 over par for the tournament. Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill. Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, Tiger won here 4 times in a row from 2000 to 2003, and in all, he's won it 8 times. Why is his game so well suited to Bay Hill?
Bay Hill just suits somebody that can fly the ball through the air and land it soft, because these greens get very, very firm. And obviously they get slick, so you've got to be a great fast green putter. If you're long, that certainly helps. That sounds like the MO of a certain Tiger Woods.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Now at the par 4 third, Frank, this is a great golf hole.
It certainly is. Remember, the brain doesn't register don'ts. So aim right, there's a bunker down there. Keep focusing on where you want it to go, not in the other direction. I'm loving that balance.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second shot here at the third.
One of the narrowest greens at Bay Hill. Water, as you can see on that left side. So for the faint of heart, you're going to miss, if anything, to that right side. And that's exactly where they put a little bunker. So be very straight on the second.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Settles in over the putt.
Well, that'll put the smile back on the face.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the fourth. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes, he's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Are you kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cut line. Frank, at the fourth, we pulled the hammer out. Here, maybe it's a scalpel?
Well, it just depends. A little trailing breeze. A drive is not always a bad play here. 367 yards to the front. There's a little kick forward. So, wind behind your back, almost worth a go.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Second shot. Good look at the green. That one is well off target.
It's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. Frank, the 6th hole here at Bay Hill, this is not the hole you want to be playing if you have a case of the snap hooks, is it?
No, snap hooks, you'll never leave the tee. Dozen balls, you'll still be going. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Well, it is nice to have that one in your bag, to be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Oh, I thought he had that. That was not a very good read right there. So just a formality here.
That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
Frank, the good news as you come to the 7th after that beast of a par 5 is that it's just under 200 yards and there's no water.
Yeah, it's not as long as the second, but it's just as demanding. Very narrow entry into this green.
On the green, short, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Well, we'll never know if that had gone in because it never made it.
With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. Now at the 8th, and Frank, this really is a clever design, fun hole to play.
Very pretty hole. That bunker down the left, just over 300 yards. Ideally, you just work it off that bunker. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Good contact, good result. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot he is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
On the green in regulation. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
This for par. Solid par. Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. And what's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker. Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. Right in the fairway, and 180 yards from here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
He'll be pretty happy with that one. About 20 feet away, in a good spot. A good 20-footer here.
A few more birdies like that, Rich, you never know, just might sneak place on the podium.
In the top 10 right now. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
And yet another birdie, this time inching into the top 5.
Now to the 11th with water left, bunkers on the right. Frank, what's the key here?
Well, too often people just look at the scorecard and they go, well, it's over 400 yards, I have to hit driver. You don't have to hit driver at 11. Something in the fairway just short of that second bunker. And it sits up, 6 or a 7.
Are you kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Well, that is a ball-striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. This for birdie.
How did that not go in?
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. Frank, 574-yard par 5. Scoring opportunity here?
The breeze behind, once again, a reachable par 5. The hardest thing about this hole really is the green. It's raised up a little bit, slopes off on either side. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Going to try to put a little air under this one with a lob wedge.
Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy. Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad. Frank, chip shot here from just on the fringe. You like to hit this the way you would a putt?
Yeah, I normally take a club that's going to land just on the flat surface of the green, then run from there. Often people take too much loft.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Getting set now over the putt. It's a nice birdie right there.
Could not have come at a better time. Third place now.
At the par 4 13th now. Frank, what's the key here?
Really avoid those three bunkers, Rich. You don't want a fairway bunker shot over water for your second shot.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
This is a good-looking shot. Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
This will be a birdie if it drops. Racking them and stacking them right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Frank, as we come to the 14th of par 3, what's ahead for the players?
Once again, another tough par 3 coming up. Narrow at the front. It gets a little wider the further you go up this green.
This one looks right on point. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
This is an awkward length.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. At the 15th hole now at Bay Hill, this is a massive dogleg, Frank.
Yeah, if you're a Bubba Watson type player and you can move the ball around, you can move it left to right, that'll certainly help the tee shot. If you're average Joe, though, just hit it down the left. Take your medicine. Long and straight.
That's how you do it.
Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it. Rob the Shamrock. Got away with getting in the bunker there.
Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Good, confident stroke. That's what you like to see. Putting for par. Stays at 6 under. The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there. Takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front. That second shot which comes over the lake. And that's a hold-your-breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Frank, this is always such a difficult spot for a golfer. You just hit one out of bounds, you're trying to regroup.
He's going to need to more than regroup now.
Can add up quickly, Frank. This already his 4th shot.
Yeah, time to knuckle down. Really wants to hit one of his better shots right now. It's a big green. He's managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
He's putting for par now. Drops for a par. Frank, deep into a round. Par 3, 17th. Water. Bunkers. Long shot. What are you thinking as you're stepping on this tee?
You just take 3 and move to 18.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. And yet again, he has hit it off the tee and into the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Keeping pace. Good stuff right there. 6 under par. Frank, how'd you like to be a rookie? You're going up against, at the time, the greatest player in the game, the great white shark, Greg Norman, and you hole a 7-iron to win a tournament?
Well, all you had to do was look at the expression on Norman's face as that ball landed and went in.
What did he hit there?
7-iron.
Good contact, good result. Frank, pretty special for tour pros to get an invitation from Arnold Palmer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one thing to meet him. It's another to shake his hand, to be invited by him. That's as good as it gets.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
And with that, ends the round with 66.
That was a great first day out there, Rich.
I really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of birdies, excellent play, and some impressive names on top of this leaderboard. Anybody's game. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Its second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida, site of one of the PGA Tour's premier stops, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Always attracting a great field, and through the years it has been the scene of just some championship play from one guy in particular.
Tiger Woods has won here 8 times.
Are you kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
Excellent opening tee shot. That ball right in the fairway. Now the approach here at number 1, Frank, what's he looking at?
A nice high, soft landing second shot would be ideal here. There's a little bit of a ridge in this green. Don't really want to be going long here. Those 2 bunkers, never easy coming out of those and downhill.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today.
A great start.
Back to the action here at the second and a par 3. Frank, it's 231 yards. What are we looking at?
Well, somehow, if you can hit it sky high, that's the best shot to hit in there. This green sometimes gets brick hard, and of course, it all slopes to the left.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Pretty good shot right there. Just a couple of feet. That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. Now at the par 4 third, Frank, this is a great golf hole.
It certainly is. Remember, the brain doesn't register don'ts. So aim right. There's a bunker down there. Keep focusing on where you want it to go, not in the other direction.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, you've been there. How important is it to hit fairways early in the round?
It just takes the pressure off the rest of the game, Rich. I mean, not only are you reducing the length of the hole by getting the ball in play and, a good distance off the tee, but you're simplifying the next shot.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
And that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Looks primed right now.
Anything other than backing up. Very aggressive. That birdie, now in second.
Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo back at the fourth hole. It's par 5, the first one on the golf course, and Frank, a really good scoring opportunity.
Certainly is. 2 bunkers down the left. Just want to keep it inside that. If you flare it a little right, there's a hazard that just sneaks up on you.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards.
Second shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Safely aboard. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Oh, I thought he had that. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Solid par. Fifth hole at Bay Hill. Frank, this is a chance to employ some course management as opposed to maybe brute strength. What do you think?
Yeah, rather soft par 4. No water here, but bunker down the left and bunker down the right. Pinches into that corner. So if you're a little wayward, an iron here is not a bad idea.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Frank, nice to have a short iron into a par 4 here at Bay Hill, but still no guarantee that you'll make the birdie or even par.
But a reward for a good one, exactly the way you've described it. This is one hole that's a swing hole. Hit a good shot in here, you're going to have inside 10, 15 feet for a birdie. Make a mistake, then all of a sudden you're scratching your head. How did I make 5? Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Trying to make yet another birdie. I tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. A former college #1 makes another birdie. Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, still relatively early in the round, but given what we've seen so far, this could be a heck of a golf round.
Yeah, right now, everything's just going according to plan. It's like he's playing on all 8 cylinders. So really, you're just trying to get out of your own way.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, getting him another good look. These putts keep the round together. What a tremendous display of golf this has been. Well, you're breathing a sigh of relief. Your round wasn't sunk at the par 5 6th, and now you come to this par 3. It's just a little under 200 yards.
Yeah, aiming at the middle of the green's not a bad thing here, Rich. You can always putt to the corners and have a birdie chance.
You take 3 and walk off this hole to the 8th?
Well, you could get a little greedy. You know, a tee shot in the middle of this green is not too bad. You'll still have a birdie putt.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Getting ready to tee off now at the 8th. And Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, even though it's a pretty hole, Rich, it's a fairway you must hit because that second shot here is one of the toughest on the golf course. He's gone for a little extra. I'm loving that balance. Whoa, that is long. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Frank, this is a pretty good par for the 8th. What about the approach shot?
Such intimidating second shot here at 8. I think it's the best one on the golf course, Rich. You can see very quickly why the goal is to hit your second shots nice and high and get them to land soft. This is what you have to do with your second at 8.
Good looking shot right here. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. And what's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, not just a player, but an artist. Just beautiful work right there.
The only thing I can say, Rich, is that was Seve-esque.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Wow, I thought he made that. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Just a couple of feet. That is a solid par putt right there. Back here in Orlando, Florida, at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Springtime in Florida can mean only one thing, Frank. Perfect golf weather. How do you get off to a perfect start on this backside?
Well, this is one of the few holes that actually shapes to the right. And most of the holes at Bay Hill are dogleg lefts. For the faint of heart, just sort of flick an iron down there. You're sort of short of the bunkers. If you're feeling a little ambitious, just take it over that one on the right. Just a wedge in here.
Frank, on an uphill shot like this one, did you do anything differently in terms of your setup over the ball?
Yeah, I made sure the ball wasn't too far forward because on an uphill shot, there's always a struggle to get all your weight going forward.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Pretty good shot right there. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Another par 4 here, the 11th. It's just under 440 yards. This time, there's water looming left and then bunkers on the right-hand side. It's a pretty good challenge, Frank.
This hole's very similar to the third hole on the front side. 2 bunkers down the right side. Just got to keep it a little left. You don't have to hit driver here.
Headed for the bunker? Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. This is one of the more challenging shots in the game, the fairway bunker shot, isn't it, Frank?
It is. You look at the distance involved, you know, obviously what's in front of him now. He has to hit this shot absolutely clean.
Here we go. Early part of this second 9 with a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Teeing it up here on the 12th, 574-yard par 5, Frank.
Another one that's reachable, obviously long and straight. That rough down the right side, though, is normally very thick. Avoid the 2 bunkers, lots of contours and undulations around this green.
Excellent looking shot here. Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
I like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy.
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. Frank, this is an interesting hole. It's the par 4 13th, and it isn't necessarily a driver off the tee. What are the options?
Yeah, you break it down. 250 off the tee, leaves 120. There's nothing wrong with playing the hole that way. You get a little over-ambitious here and run out of fairway. That second shot over water. Whoa.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot making we're seeing out there today.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Good, clean contact and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. Trying to make yet another birdie. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
So a tester from 4 feet. Wow, almost fell within just a few inches of dropping. Clean this up with a tap.
In this situation, Richard, bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
14th hole, Frank, more than 200 yards, par 3. This is no picnic.
No, it plays a little longer than that too. Slightly uphill. You've got to carry the ball onto the front of the screen. It will not run up.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, deep in the round at the 15th, you need to maybe make something happen. How difficult is that with such a huge dog leg here?
Once again, make sure you know the distance to carry the bunker or run out. You got to play to your strength. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Now the approach shot, par 4, 15th hole. Frank, break it down.
Green narrows up the further back you go, so the most generous place to land the ball is in the front half of this green. It's also the flattest section of the green.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he was thinking on that.
Frank, how about that?
Oh, can you believe that, too? I mean, could have hit the flag and bounced away instead. Straight in. Amazing shot. And really deserves it.
We've seen guys through the years blow the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 in. That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
That's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA.
The great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
This would give him an eagle on the card. Oh, yes, that's an eagle. Frank, par 3 17. Daunting shot. What are you thinking as you step onto this tee?
Just make 3. 2 is a huge bonus. Take 3 in a heartbeat.
Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club.
I'm loving that balance.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole.
He's safely on deck.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.